Good afternoon. I am Sandra McFadden Weaver, and I too am a friend of Val's. It just seemed so popular, I didn't want to be an outcast. Realistically, today, one of the reasons that I'm here is I give glory to God and honor to my esteemed sister, the pastor of this great congregation, to all of my brothers and sisters that serve as faith leaders across this area. I'm here today because I represent a portion of the rejected. I understand what it feels like to be too light to be black and too black to be white. I understand what it feels like to be ran home from school and never accepted, starting out to be the least likely to succeed and finishing high school as the most likely to succeed because I know God that knows everybody. I guess today that as we are gathered, and I am so excited to be a part of this Rainbow Coalition and part of what's going on in this room. I'm excited to be a part of the energy of love that's dwelling here, and I have been looking all over the national news and finding people that testify about not knowing how to do what we do. And I said, well, what you need to do is just come see how we do it. I mean, this is real easy. I mean, I didn't have any trouble getting here today, did you? I'm not having any problem sitting in the pew. I'm not having any problem listening to all this wonderful music and hearing these great speakers and learning of other cultures. The food was great. It was just wonderful. I mean, I had food from places I've never been, and I may never get to be there, but because I was here today, I've experienced it. This is just wonderful. But today, as we're praying about unity, I think that, and peace, I think that it's important for us to begin to understand very clearly that whenever any of us are cut, we bleed the same color. When any of us are shot, we grieve the same color tears. And because we are in the midst of a community, please understand that it's very serious and unfortunate, a terrible misfortune that Kansas City experienced at least 187 homicides last year alone. It's unfortunate, but every week parents are gathering at gravesides burying their children. And it's not just happening in the urban core, it's happening across suburban America as well. And it's time for us to take ownership, to understand that all of us hold a responsibility in what's happening around us. We've gone past, the days have long been spent and over that we could close our blinds, pull our shades, lock our doors, and act like there's nothing going wrong on the outside. When people don't know whether to send their children to school and expect them back home, or better yet, pray that they get there. Isn't it sad that we send our children off to school not knowing if they're going to make it to lunch, or a recess bill, or bail? Isn't it sad that when we pass by playgrounds, children are no longer outside because they're afraid to be out there? Isn't it sad that so many of our parks have become lodges for criminals rather than playgrounds for children, places for picnics and families to gather? We all have to take a responsibility in that. And we don't want to carry on the conversation. We use this terrible R word called racism, but it's been around for a long time. And nobody's going to get anything done about it until all of us accept our responsibility in it. Today when I came in, I noticed nobody walked up to me and said, "Hi, I'm white." And in exchange, I said, "Hi, I'm Sandra." I never said, "Hi, I'm black." I met my brothers and sisters from the Muslim faith. None of them said, "Hi, I'm Muslim." Nobody said, "Hi, I'm fat." Nobody said, "Hi, I'm skinny." Nobody said, hi, I'm straight. Hi, I'm gay. And so I've been sitting here enjoying the ambiance of being in this room, and I've drawn one conclusion. And that is the thing that we're silent about is the thing that maybe we need to make a lot of noise about. And that is that we're just human beings. We're all people. It's real easy. We're just people. Doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter what you look like. We're just people. And you know, God is so universal that it doesn't make him any difference what you call him. And you know how I know that? Because in this room there are several different names for God, and all of us confess that there is but one God, and all of us got up this morning, so it didn't upset him, so why should I be worried about it? Let's just get over it. He's everybody's God, she's everybody's God, it's everybody's God, it's just God. There's a holy energy that stopped by everybody's house. Not the white people's house, not the black people's house, not the Indian's house, not the Hispanic house. He just stopped by everybody's house. I just thought it was wonderful. Yesterday I sat outside for a while because I wanted to observe nature. I noticed that the birds, they got it down pat. Birds poop on white cars, blue cars, urban cars, paper cars, green cars. There's crap on the car. Only thing birds make a difference if they don't like to poop on dirty cars. They want to clean cars. I think it's important that some of us that have cranials larger than birds just become bird brains and just get over it. Sometimes we have to find it within ourselves to get over certain things. We've been able to laugh together, sing together, play together in this room, talk about each other's cultures, and even pray together in here. And the only thing that's going to make this moment effective is when we take what we've got in this room outside that door. That's when it's going to become effective. It's going to become effective when all of us begin. When we overhear somebody carrying on a biased conversation, when we butt into conversation and say, you know what, I don't like that. I'm just, and you know what, when you find somebody ridiculing somebody else, get on the underdog side. Go be a part of the minority in the room, and then you will empower the minority. So I said, oh, wait a minute, she's talking about herself again. I'm not a minority. See, that's just something they started calling me. I'm not a minority. Even if Jimmy and Peaches did have 3 boys and 1 girl, so what? They all love me. I'm the center of attraction most of the time. What can I say? We should empower people. When you come in the room and you're the only black person there, don't feel like you got to be quiet. Get in the middle of the floor because everybody knows you there. Have something to say. How do you feel when you're the only white person in the room? You're not the majority then. Except you believe in yourself and you know about the power that is within you. It doesn't matter what color you are, where you came from. It doesn't matter who your parents are. It matters what you're doing with what you are right now. That's what's important. Sell that. Sell that. And the world is so divided now. I'm so sick of hearing about Republicans and Democrats. I'm fed up. Listen, I'm going to change my cable because I need more movie stations because they're wearing me out with bad movies. The truth of the matter is that if we don't do something as a people, America's going downhill fast. And the reason it's going downhill fast is because we're being taught to hate again rather than to keep learning to love each other. It doesn't have anything to do with party separation. It has something to do with the difference between love and hate. And one songwriter said it's a thin line between love and hate. And what you need to do is identify which side of the line you're going to be on, I hope love, and stay on it. It doesn't matter who you're in the company of, love them. And if they hate you, love them more and teach them how to love. We should be contagious. This disease thing that's up in here is something powerful. This is heavy. I learned while I was in this room that music really is a universal language. We can all sing and play songs. And when we start singing and playing in the key of life, then we will be successful at life itself. It doesn't matter whether it's any of the keys on the keyboard, because if you don't sing any better than I, they have not developed the key of it yet. And that's all right. Because if I sing loud enough, somebody is going to come and sing with me, because music really is a universal language. In closing today, I want to reach back. I tried to pull up some lyrics of a song. It's real old. And I had it. Everybody learned on Facebook today that I don't know how to work this thing. And I was trying to impress my congregation today. They only came with me this afternoon because they felt sorry for me. And so we're going to go with her because she does not know how to work her phone. It's going to tell her where she'll end up. There's an old song that goes like this. Is anybody here? Oh, yes. See my old friend Abraham. Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. I looked around for my friend and he was gone. Is anybody here see my old friend John? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seemed the good die young. I looked around for my friend, he was gone. Can anybody here have to see my old friend Martin? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seemed good die young. I looked around for my friend, and he was gone. I see them all in here today. I hope that you'll carry the spirit of unity and equality with you everywhere. And that will make the next person that you meet be important enough, whether they're black or white, whether they're Jew or Gentile, that you will help them to understand that they too are in the land of the free. This land is my land, and this land is your land. This land was made for you and me.
Chandra? Ma'am, you're going to be a hard act to follow. Thank you for having me here today. I'm Paul Vescovo, and if you live in Clay County, I'm your elected sheriff. And when I was invited to attend, I was given a list by Marcia Dale. I said, okay, what do you want me to talk about? She goes, well, number one is a 5-minute talk. I go, 5 minutes? Well, being elected sheriff also means I'm a politician. 5 minutes isn't enough, but I'll do what I can. She goes, well, any diversity training? Yes, this past week we were at transgender diversity training at the National Sheriff's, excuse me, Missouri Sheriff's Association conference. This is what stood out to me, any race relations experience. And then there's a little caveat, difficult or positive. Well, there was, and it goes all the way back to 1981, I remember the year. I was just a patrolman. It was about 10 o'clock at night, traveling along 169 highway, when I see this vehicle in front of me, and I could see that its license plate, one of the bolts was off. It was hanging down. It looked like it was about ready to fall off. I ran the license, came back, no wants, no warrants. So I thought, you know, I better pull this person over, let them know they're about ready to lose their license plate. Hit the lights, pulled over. I stepped out of the vehicle, and as I'm walking up to the car, this man, was black, exploded out of the car and faced me and said, "Why did you pull me over?" "I wasn't speeding. I want to know why you pulled me over." I said, "Sir, your license plate's about ready to fall off. I wanted to notify you of that." He stood back and looked, and he goes, "Well, I guess you're going to give me a ticket now, aren't you?" I said, "No, sir, but I would recommend at your earliest convenience that you get that taken care of, or you could get pulled over and given a ticket for no license plate." We stood there a minute, and he said, "I can fix it right now." And I said, "That's fine. I'll leave the flashers on so we don't get run over. You can take care of it." Within a minute, he was done, had it all secured. And he turned around and said, "Thanks," started walking back to his car, and I said, "No problem." And I was halfway back to my car when he said, "Hey, wait a minute." I stopped and turned around, and here he's coming toward me. So I go, "Okay, here we go. I guess we're going to war right here on the side of the road." But he walked up to me, and he was a pretty good-sized fellow, reached out his hand, and he said, "I'm sorry."
Wow.
I reached and shook his hand. Now, of course, the appropriate response would have been, "Well, you're welcome," or "No problem." I said, "I'm sorry, too." And I was talking with my wife later about it, and she goes, "Why did you say you were sorry?" I said, "Well, he didn't really explain why he was angry. And it wasn't just anger. I could see the apprehension. I could see fear. He never explained why, but I just have this feeling that he, at some point prior to me stopping him, had a bad experience with a law enforcement officer. And this man had no criminal record. He didn't even have any tickets. So this guy wasn't having any really what you would call negative interaction with law enforcement. For whatever reason, that has stayed with me since 1981. It's affected the way I deal with people. It's affected the way when I was promoted from sergeant, then to lieutenant, then chief of police, and then elected sheriff of Clay County, and it also how I deal with my deputies, the men and women that are out there doing the job every day. I want to finish by saying that every deputy, and we have about 118 deputies in the Clay County Sheriff's Office, before they're sworn in, they come and stand in front of my desk. And I ask them this one question: do you like people? And a lot of them go, huh? No, I said, do you like people? Well, yeah, sure, yeah. And then I go, why? Well, I've stumped everyone. They don't know why, so I have to explain. When I ask you if you like people, do you have a feeling for humanity? What do you mean by humanity? I mean, can you go out there and do your job and interact with everyone? I don't care what their race is. I don't care what their sex is. I don't care what their religion is. Are you going to be professional? Are you going to do your job as a peace officer? And I actually like that term better than law enforcement officer. A peace officer. And if you can do that, then you're in the right profession. If you can't, you might as well just walk out the door. Thank you for having me here today. Thank you.
My son was supposed to be here to sing this song, but he couldn't make it. I sure wish you could have heard him. His angel. I was born by the river in a little tent, but just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change. Yes, it's too hard to live it, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's waiting for me on the other side. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Change gonna come. Yes, indeed. I go to see a movie. I go downtown, but everybody's always saying, "Hey boy, what you doing hanging around?" It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Lord, yes it will. I go to see my brother. I say, brother, won't you help me, please?
Simons and Ronald McFadden right over there. Check. Does this one work? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not right now.
No, it's not right now. There's the other one. Check. Who, yeah, there it is.
Check. This one works. All right. I'm going to sing a song called We Are the Ones that we've been waiting for. And after you hear me sing the chorus, I'd like you to join with me in singing. The chorus is thereafter, if you so choose.
We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who'll change the world. We are the ones. We are the ones. We are again. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who'll change the world. We are the ones. We are the ones. We are, and we are the ones. We are, and we are the ones. We are.
I just want to tell you how wonderful it is to be the last person to speak after all these wonderful people. But I want everyone to know that if ever they come and they say, "Are you gay?" I will stand with you. If they say, "Are you Muslim?" I will stand with you. If they say, "Are you Jewish?" I will stand with you. And you can always depend on a Sikh. I pray that you always can depend on a Sikh. The first person killed after 9/11 in a hate crime was a Sikh who was out watering his flowers. And this is not, this is not what it should be, but this is what it is, and this is how we live, and this is what we have to do to change it. I would like to just quote a few things from my religion, Sikhism. And Guru Nanak was the first Sikh, and he gave us away a systematic representation of his perception of God. He suggests a simple way how to lead a peaceful and useful life. It shows the imbalance of the powers of the ego in social life and explains the true philosophy. Ek Onkar Satnam. And this means these are the first words of the Sikh scriptures. One. The first word in the Sikh scriptures is one. There is one God. Manifest as the Word, the true name, the created being, without fear, without enmity, undying and unborn. Sikh Gurus teach God is pervading everywhere, totally permeating the water, the land, and the sky. And the Gurus mention that having created the universe, God remains diffused within it. In the wind, water, and fire, he vibrates and he resounds. Another Guru said, he himself is the field, he himself is the farmer, he himself grinds the corn, he himself cooks it. He himself puts the food in the dishes, and he himself sits down to eat. He himself is the water, he himself gives the toothpick, and he himself offers the mouthwash. He himself calls and seats the congregation, and he himself bids them goodbye. All of these quotes can be found in the Sikh scriptures, the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, which is written not only by the Sikh Gurus, but also by some wonderful and wise Hindus and Muslims. We incorporated them because they had the highest consciousness, and they were trying to change the world as we try to change the world. Feeling connected with other people, just having social contact has been shown to be a major factor in increasing well-being and happiness. Doing a favor for someone, giving charity to someone in need, has equally shown to be able to improve happiness. Feeling connected to nature, even if it is a green space in an inner city, improves well-being. Spending time in nature has been shown to improve health impacts. By lowering blood pressure, hospital patients with a view of plants or trees, the great outdoors, have been shown to recover faster than those who do not. Then there are those many and weird and wonderful factors that research has identified, and I've looked this up, such as the fact that we tend to be kinder or warmer towards people if we have a cup of tea in our hands, a cup of warm tea. And we tend to be a little sterner if we're leaning against a hard place. So all these things affect me. My name is Carter Perk, and I live in Kansas City. Kansas City, it works. I came here some 40 years ago as a bearded, wild-haired, and red-eyed quasi-hippie who was trying to save my second marriage and at least be with my beautiful infant daughter. My third marriage has lasted nearly 40 years. So far, thanks to my conversion to Sikhism and a wonderful and graceful woman. If you ask a Sikh, how are you? She may answer, I am in Chardi Kala. Chardi Kala can be loosely translated as relentless cheerfulness, optimism, and hope, even in the face of challenges or disaster. It explains events like the willingness of Sikh Gurus to face martyrdom cheerfully rather than be forced to change their faith, to positivity in the face of things that get thrown at ordinary people like you and I. And in the course of a normal life, the ninth Sikh Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur, who was one of my heroes, who faced the martyrdom without blinking or regret, said, neither do I strike fear, nor do I accept fear. And so I'll close with this short prayer, reflecting on the message of Guru Nanak. Our actions as Sikhs are guided by seeing the divine in all humanity, irrespective of what they may look like from the outside, how they may dress up, how they speak, where they come from, and how they worship. And let us pledge to practice what Guru Nanak preached, Nanak Naam Chardi Kala, Teri Bani Sarbat Tabala, which means, through Nanak, may the remembrance of God forever increase, and by thy will, may the blessings of wellness and prosperity for all beings grow, and may all people prosper by thy grace. Satnam.
So beautiful to turn around and see such peace. Can you feel it in your heart? Can you feel it in your soul? And will you leave this place knowing that you are one with others even more fully than you knew it before? Right? And so we hold this in our hearts and souls, and I represent unity and certainly New Thought traditions, and what we really hold is a great oneness with all beings. We hold a great oneness and love and appreciation. And so I just want to say thank you all for being here, and thank you for being the love and the peace that you are. I am so grateful to each and every one of you. And so I want to share the words that I wrote as my thank you to the speakers and the musicians and the singers and all that have helped. I said, we are one. In these times when people everywhere hunger for words of faith, for songs of peace, for times that inspire, you showed up and you brought your heart. Thank you for being the light and the love that you are. And thank you for living from the oneness of all beings. You are a true gift to us and all the world. You are a gift of peace. And so on behalf of Unity of Kansas City North, I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for being the light you are. And I want to give a special thank you to the speakers and to the musical guests that came and gave of themselves. Thank you so much. And a very, very special thank you to Danny Thedens, who this would not have happened without her support. And yes, it would not have happened. I promise you that. And to Val Mackey, this would not have happened without Val's support. These two were the ones that held peace in their heart and helped to create this tremendous event. But please know, as Pastor Sandra said, that we have to go beyond that this is a nice time. We have to go beyond, wasn't that fun, or wasn't that music? We have to move into a greater space to really carry peace and power into the world. Go to the places that you do not want to go and bring peace there. I mean those places in your mind, yeah? I mean those places in your life. I mean those places in relationship. Go to those places and bring peace. You are the light of the world. You are the peace. You are the way that God gets around. Be peace and bring it forward as love. That's how things change. And so we hold this truth in our hearts, and I'm going to ask that we all rise together and close with the peace song. So those of you that were speakers or singers, please come on stage. You got the little lyrics so that you can look out, and we will join together and sing the peace song as one as we close today.
Yeah.